Zane the Operative has always been known for his high speed, but how fast can he really go? To answer that question, we first have to set up a few ground rules. First off, we have the base multipliers of 4.7 meters per second for walking, 7.2 meters per second for sprinting, which is broken while having fugitive and being unarmed, and a bit more than 1.1 than when sliding, sorry. Yeah. Second rule is we have different speed multiplier categories, which are all entirely multiplicative of each other. First category would be ground speed, which is pretty much anything in the game that's normal move speed, which is kind of redundant to say, I know, but okay. Like violent speed, bad dose, and other skills. Then we have sprint speed and walk speed, which are technically mutually exclusive because they're only like, well, walk speed is only used for walking and sprint speed only when sprinting, which, you know, should make sense. However, in our case, they're all connected because, for instance, the sentinel move speed anoint buffs both by the exact same percentage, and since they are exclusive to each other, that means that you're just buffed by 15% multiplicatively when sprinting and walking. So yeah, this applies also to Victory Rush and the move speed passive on artifacts. The only exclusion to this rule of the two being connected is the Berserker Rush artifact, which buffs sprint speed only and not walk speed. But in our case it's connected, so I'll just call it sprint speed. Then we have slide speed, which is Snowdrift. And then we also have the different types of math operators that are used for those. In most situations, it's scale, which is used to just make things additive to each other. Like, for instance, violent speed and bad dose are additive. So 2 stacks of violent speed are 56%, plus 6% from 1 stack of bad dose would be 62%. I won't be using bad dose in my calculations just because it's too variable. Technically, you could get out to 99 stacks probably, maybe even more, who knows. And yeah, no, it's at that point it's just pointless. And lastly, we have skill simple multipliers, which are in this case only the Vanquisher slide speed and the Super Soldier's move speed for 25%. So yeah, let's get into the meat and potatoes of this whole thing. Off normal walk speed, we have violent speed at 2 stacks for 56%. We have Supersonic Man for another 24% for 2 action skills. However, with the Mantis Cannon being introduced in DLC 5, they also gave us... Come on.
Well, this
okay,
is
it's not showing
embarrassing.
in here currently, sorry. But every stack of the Mantis Cannon that is on cooldown, that is not the first charge, so with 5 charges I get 4, with 3 charges I get 2, and so on. Which, well, that's the only 2 combinations, but still. Every stack that is on cooldown that is not the first stack grants me 1 stack of borrowed time and 1 stack of Supersonic Man. So already, instead of 2 stacks for, you know, 2 action skills, I get 4 stacks from 1 action skill and then another stack from the other action skill, so a total of 5 stacks, which at 12% is already 60% movement speed, which is incredible for a 3-point skill if you ask me. So, then we equip the beautiful anti-freeze, which buffs our violent speed by a few percent, or actually 11%, yeah, roundabout. And we have Supersonic Man, which is now 24%, which at 5 stacks is 120% bonus movement speed. Then for ground speed, we equip the Super Soldier, which multiplies the entire thing by another 1.25, because it's a scale simple of ground speed. Then we have our regular movement speed, on rather our walk and sprint speed, which is Victory Rush and the artifact passives, which are in total around 35%. Actually, I think they are exactly 35%. No mind. I'll put the exact math on screen right now. Then we have lastly our slide speed, which is obviously Snowdrift and obviously also Vanquisher. And the Sentinel move speed amount is also in the same category as the Victory Rush speed, so the 15% here is actually way bigger than it might seem at first. Lastly, we have our Mayhem modifier, Speed Demon, which is the only thing in Mayhem that buffs our speed, and since this build is not designed to do damage, I will just run this all at Mayhem 1. I am now in Troy's fight, because he summons a few things, and I'm pretty sure that his kill counts as a badass kill, so it'll trigger also Victory Rush. So, right now, once I kill Troy and his other things that he spawned, I am going to have 3 stacks of Speed Demon for 150% move speed, and I'll also have everything else from before. Additionally, one thing I forgot to mention earlier was that whenever you slide down a slope, you actually do get double speed from that, or up to double speed, let's say it that way, but since this is about max speed, I'll just, yeah. And I'm fairly certain that sliding off of the edge in this arena also counts as a slope, so yes, that should be as fast as Zane is able to go. Like, at all. I will put the math on the screen after the fight and state the full numbers for everything. Okay, so let's go.
Do this.
2 kills and 3 kills for a slide. Now come on.
That was for Maya, you langer. Coming
Yeah,
in
you can
hot.
see I can go even out of the map just with this speed. And yeah, this will be a bit of a fall down. So now is, I think, a very good time for listing all the speeds on screen and the numbers.
Respawn's too expensive? Ask about our rat incarnation.
Thanks, game, for not making Troy Savefile disappear. Can't have a single video without a glitch, I suppose. So yeah, that was that. Have a good one, and see you next time, I suppose.